Ooh, 3-bet calling sixes? What? Hold. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Yep. GG guys. No million bucks for us. So I guess what we'll do is we'll play a little cash, so I'm just not in and out. Well, I was doing alright. I'm just doing some study work before the session, which did not last very long. I'm really happy I did not reg too many other tournaments. Pure 4-bet here. Yeah, we'll play a little bit of cash games. You probably won't make this a super long stream again, but you know, while we've got stuff going, we may as well play a little bit. That's a good start here at least. Oh, 3 to 5 bet. 100 NL, 3 to 5 B jam, button, ace queen O versus 4 bet. Alright, well, good start there, at least. Yeah, I considered playing some tournaments since, again, I'm taking tomorrow off for my buddy's baby shower. So I was like, maybe I'll play today, but I've been getting a little burned out lately, so I think it's probably best to just kind of take it easy, maybe do some study stuff. An 83, I guess we're going to do some check raise here. Not sure what size we prefer in the spot, honestly. I guess we still have, like, I don't know if we have some frequency of pocket 10s here. I think we probably are low frequency pocket 10s. On the turn, I'm not sure what our continue frequency is supposed to be. I'm going to do this, reevaluate. I think this hand mostly check calls on the flop, especially versus a bigger bet, but I think this hand still is good enough to check raise at some frequency. I'm going to assume we just pure check call on the turn, reevaluate on the river. This kind of sucks because some of his bluffs on the turn are going to be H-Jack, Jack-9. You do block a hand like King-Queen, which is nice. You shouldn't really have very much Queen-10. So yeah, we do block the nuts. Man, this hand has to work in a call at some frequency. Oh my god, I rolled the 99 too. So his bluffs are mainly going to be like ace-4 of clubs, ace-deuce of clubs. Maybe he turns a hand like pocket sixes into a bluff. He can merge like a queen-jack, a queen-9. I just don't think that we can fold here 100% of the time, especially blocking some of the nuts. We block 2 pairs. So we're going to call here. Nice. It's actually a pretty good bluff on his part, I would say. Because, again, he does block some river 2 pairs I'm going to have. He blocks some potential straights I may have. What's up, everyone? Just wanted to take a quick second to shout out the BBZ seminars. Recently, BBZ and I have been working together one-on-one to try to improve my poker game, and we thought that rather than do these sessions privately, it would be good to share this content for the BBZ seminars. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you guys check out the seminars. You'll also be able to interact with us one-on-one. You'll have access to free pre-flop charts provided by bbz.com, as well as the full library of previously recorded seminars as well. And if you guys have any questions on any BBZ products, make sure you guys check out the Discord as well. So 2 steps, guys. Join the BBZ seminars and check out the Discord. And with that being said, let's jump back into the action. And here we probably get low frequency 4-bet. A 72. Gonna do this. Again, the deeper we get, the better these this is probably too small, actually, for the sizes here. This should probably be like 27, 28. I didn't see how deep we were here. But yeah, bottom line is hands like this are going to play a lot better. The deeper we get. 54, I guess we should start doing this. He's going to have pocket queens, pocket 8s for sure, like 100% of the time. I don't think he's like 5-betting pocket queens in this spot. I think he also does a fair amount of call with like kings and aces here as well, the deeper we get. Because like if he just 5-bet jams 200 bigs, like what is he getting called by? So I think like your big pairs are kind of incentivized to be trapping a lot here. 85. I think we just have to keep continuing. He's going to have hands like ace 10 of diamonds I have to fold here. Also a hand like pocket nines, no spade is going to be in kind of a tough spot. And we can easily keep getting value with hands like ace queen, kings, aces. Obviously pocket queens need some protection here as well. If we get jammed on here, obviously it's going to suck and we have to fold. But even a hand like ace 4 hearts, which he's going to have as well, that hand's going to be in a tough spot. I'm just thinking if this hand ever wants to do some checking on the turn. I would imagine it does. I don't think we just always want to be betting our spades here on the turn. Because he can still easily have a hand like ace 10 of spades himself. Nice. Especially because I'm using kind of newer ranges than I was used to the last time I was really studying quite a bit. Or studying cash game ranges quite a bit anyway. I think BBZ's ranges and Odin's are relatively similar. On a 17, I think I'm going to check here. I think we do get some check on a board like this. I mean, none of us really have straights here. But Villa can definitely have pocket nines, pocket sevens. I don't know if they're opening a hand like pocket fives. It's kind of interesting when he bets this big on an ace turn. Because once I check back, ace is going to hit my range pretty heavily. I think without the diamond, we probably have to continue here. And then just give up. I wouldn't be surprised we get the mixed folds here. But yeah, without the diamond, he's going to be betting hands like Jack 10. He's going to bet flush draws, and then we just give up here. Yeah. And versus a guy who is not full stacked. I'm pretty sure this hand's still mostly V-pips. But if it mixes folds, I'm definitely not. Versus a guy who hasn't bought in for a full stack here. Here, probably going to mix on a 98. I guess we continue. Or raise. Question is size if we raise. This is kind of fine. Still gonna have pocket queens. Hand like aces needs some. Aces no heart. Could use some protection. Kings. We still have pocket sevens here. If we jams, we obviously have to fold. Obviously this hand's gonna mostly call if I had to guess. And now on the river. I think this hand just has to give up. Hearts are really not good here. Okay. And interesting spot here. Just checked around on the flop. I check called on the turn and donk led river. And got called. By... Guess you guys can see how this hand went. So we called here because this guy's only 34 bigs deep. So I don't think this hand does as much 3-betting at these stack sizes. Also, I'm going to assume this guy's on the weaker side. Big blind called here as well. I think checked around on the flop. Probably should have rolled here between bet and check. I think this hand mostly wants to be checking though. And we just check called versus bet. And then on the river, I think bluffing spades and clubs here is going to be kind of cool because a lot of our check calling range is probably going to be some 10x here. So to balance out our bluffs, we want to be leading with 10x in the spot. So we end up betting pot, and he called with pocket nines. And then also, like, if we never bet here, then he gets to realize equity with this hand all the time, just check back. And then we're just losing with our flushes and our straight draws, always. We just haven't been able to get to it because I've been busy playing, he's been busy working. So this is way too big. So we thought it might be a cool idea if we're looking for content to... I'm just going to pure 3-bet here. Or 4-bet. It would be kind of cool to actually have one of our YouTube videos be me coaching him. If we're looking for content anyway. So yeah, just look for different things to bring to the table. Let's go, hold. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, that size is way too big. He also probably works in some flats with queens. In those positions especially. Because ranges are so tight. So we're going to size down a... I guess this is fine. Again, probably a weaker opponent. And again, this is a spot where I definitely want to talk with Jordan because I think the ranges that he has, both Jordan's ranges and Odin's ranges, have us folding tens in these positions quite a bit. I just cannot get myself to do that. So, but of course, there's got to be some benefit to folding tens in the spot if it's both in Jordan's ranges and Odin's ranges. But it's just kind of like one of those things I need an explanation for before I start incorporating it. I'm sure it's probably rake related, and I don't mind playing this hand here because this player is likely a weaker opponent when he doesn't have a full stack here. Man, without a diamond and a 99, I guess we have the hero call here. And when they're calling with hands like this as well, that's why we want to be playing hands like this. I mean, I guess if he's opening that hand, then he has to call versus 3-bet. I think that's essentially how it goes, but actually not the worst bluff on his part there on the river. He's basically the lowest in his value range, so I'm not gonna knock this guy here. This is actually pretty well played, but I think he should be betting bigger on the river. I like him turning this hand into a bluff. That's why when I go on downswings, like, yeah, maybe I am playing well, but I'm not just gonna be like, oh, I'm pure just running bad, and there's no chance that, you know, it has nothing to do with the way I'm playing. Like, I'm just running really bad. Like, yeah, that might be true, but I also want to be sure that I'm playing well on my end. So usually when I go on downswings like that, I put in even more study time than I normally do. So that way you're at least a little bit more confident that you're at least playing well. And if you're playing well, eventually your luck will turn around. I think on the flop we mostly are calling, but I rolled really high on the flop, so I decided to raise. And then on the turn I rolled high as well. So going to do this and likely check rivers unimproved. Man. So this could still be, like, he could still have queen tens here. Like king jacks, jack tens. I think we just have to jam here. Like, yeah, it sucks. Sometimes he's going to have king 10. Sometimes he's going to have queen jack, but we unblock those pretty heavily. You know, you're keeping up with your end of the bargain and putting in the work. And if you do play well for the majority of the time, your luck is going to turn around and you're going to start making money. But there's just so many times where it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to lose money. So the thing you can do is put in a lot of volume and make sure that you're playing well. And if you are playing well, then eventually your luck is going to turn around. Here we're going to mix 4-bets and calls. I think ace-king suited does a lot more 4-betting here. Like maybe pure 4-bet, and ace-king off is going to mix flats. And going to mix check call, check raise here. On a 92, we are going to check raise. Hand like 8-7 suited, I think, can mix some check raises here too. I don't know if a hand like 10-9 spades is going to mix some check raises here. It'd be kind of interesting to see what our bluffs are here. I think like an 8-7 is going to be one of our best like mergey bluffs here. I don't know if a hand like 4-5 suited calls here pre or not. On the turn, on an 85, I guess we just continue. Especially without a heart. I'm not really thinking he's going to have many hearts here in general. He doesn't even 3-bet hands like... He should be 3-betting like ace-3 suited, ace-2 suited, ace-8 suited. So he's either going to have like pocket 8s low frequency or like pocket aces, which are just kind of fucked against. But also very unlikely he has a hand like that. Maybe half pot's a better size here, but I think this is fine. And yeah, obviously just jamming here for value. Really hoping he has ace-queen of spades here. Belgium, no rake back here? What the hell? Yeah, that's basically what I was talking about in terms of, like, I was talking about what BBZ used to play. He used to be a high-stakes, hyper sit-and-go player. And all that money was basically made not so much in having a super high win rate, but in all the rake back they collected from playing massive amounts of games. This hand's going to mix call and 4-bet, I think. I think we're mostly 4-betting in these positions, but on a 29 I'm going to call. I don't know if this hand mixes any fold. Wouldn't be surprised if it does, but I think we mostly 4-bet here and do some call. But yeah, I used to watch, just observe a lot of the high stakes cash tables, but now that a site like BCP Replays records all of them for us, I don't really have to do that anymore because we just get to see their whole cards. On a 98, I guess I get check raise here. He's going to be betting this board pretty high frequency. We want to put pressure on like kings through 9s that are going to be c-betting here. He can even have a hand like ace-5 of hearts that we get value from. He can have like Jack 10 of clubs. We get value from. On 84, I guess we continue. Again, we do want to put pressure on those club draws and like pocket kings through pocket tens. Although we are way ahead of a lot of those hands. If he calls on the turn, I'm likely just going to be check folding most rivers. The only hands we're ahead of that we really get value from on the turn are probably flush draws. It's a good one to watch, of course. He's basically one of the GOATs. He's also improved his game quite a bit, both from what I've seen, and also, I think we just bet here a lot. And also just like listening to how he talks about poker. And he's been working a lot with BBZ. Like I told you guys, I just watched Yargo, aka Bunga Cat's recent ICM content on a 91. Gonna continue here and gonna check raise with the 10-8 suited or 10-9 suited. And yeah, also I just watched him do a video of a 5K hand history with Bunga Cat on a 20 here. Gonna check. So yeah, he's Tonka's been putting in a lot of work on his game. I guess I can. Alright, same hand, chop it up. And I think we just check call here. He can definitely have Jack 10 here, which would obviously suck. But he also has flush draws, we unblock. He can have like a queen 10 of hearts. Oh, and he just snap pots it here, huh? So in theory, this hand's probably going to want to check call and check jam a fair amount. But the thing is, we really want to be doing it against random blue tags here, who probably are just not finding the bluffs. I'm just going to pure fold here. I can still be trapping a hand like Jack 10 and diamonds. I can river like full houses, like 9-7 suiteds, 8-7 suiteds. I think this hand is really good for like bluff catching, but I think bluff catching versus blue tags is probably not going to be the best strategy in a spot like that. I'd much rather just get aces against kings. But yeah, so against good players, obviously in that spot, we'd want to mix probably check calls and check raises, because they're going to be capable of winding up with a few bluffs, where I just don't really give it to blue tags in a spot like that. I don't know if there's any pocket kings here. There's definitely pocket tens. Maybe. I don't even know if he continues with a hand like king 10 suited. This is actually a really bad card. On a 38, just going to check back here. He's going to have, I don't know if he has some Jack 9 suited or not, but he's going to have Ace Jack suiteds. He's going to have King Queen suiteds. Spot's really gross. On a 7, I'm going to check call. We could have some traps here as well with Ace Jack ourselves. Sets. It's going to be really gross if he jams because we do block flushes, so this hand probably needs to pure call. He's going to have to bluff a hand like Jack 10 of spades here, basically. Jack 10 of clubs. This hand just can't fold, in theory, I don't think. We block ace jacks. We block river flushes. So, yeah, he's going to have to turn queen jacks and jack 10s into bluffs. God, I rolled a 5, too. I just feel like this hand has to pure call. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so I would actually mix folds there if we didn't have the diamond. And that's actually a pretty good bluff on his part, too. Like a really good bluff because he's pretty low in his value range. So yeah, props to him for finding that bluff there. I think he played that hand really well. Just unfortunate for him. We had the nut bluff catcher, I think. He's even going to be checking back some king queens on the turn. I forgot to mention. Or on the river. Sorry, let me just see if I can find that hand again real quick. So yeah, hands like king queen of spades are going to be checking back on this diamond river because I'm going to have like diamonds myself here. And then also some pocket tens, random stuff like that. Versus 4-bet, we have to call here, blind up blind. What is happening here? One player on Friday evening, Monka S, actually died. I know that name too. Bottom set. I just think we have the pure bet here. What the hell happened? Guessing that guy open sitting 500 zoom is probably pretty good. Oh, I knew I recognized the name. He was playing heads up with Stefan 10K. Was he? Well, then I probably got to change his tag. Can we just go half pot here? Let's go. This is an insane session. God, we're so deep, and this guy is also bad, of course. So the fact that we're this deep, if he only had 100 bigs, I'd probably just fold here. But the fact that he has like 270, I'm gonna call. Oh my god. So yeah, with him being so deep and this guy being a weaker player, I do not mind calling here. Yeah, I think this hand actually raises a lot. Multi-way, I'm not so sure. On a 53, I'm just gonna call. I do kind of want to allow this guy to come along on a board that's this dry as well. It's like, if this guy just like check raises or check jams and this guy just like heaves it in with ace king or something like that, you'd be in a pretty nice spot. But I do think keeping this guy involved is somewhat relative here. So essentially we only lose to pocket kings. This guy's not ISOing a hand like 5-3 suited or 5-8 suited. I do think we, versus this half pot size, I do think we need to start raising here. Because we need to start building a pot. Like, if this guy continues, fine. But we do need to start focusing on playing a pot versus this guy for all our chips. It'd be a really gross spot to run into kings, though. But I've been seeing a high stakes cash game player play tournaments, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was Button Clicker or somebody else, but I've been seeing them a lot recently. I'm just going to bet small against blue tag here, try to get some money in. On a 58, yeah, I mean, I still think we bet a lot here. I also think we mainly bet for the big size, like half pot plus. But on a flop this good for us, I'm just going to bet small and try to keep a weaker player in here. He's definitely going to turn ace-x here. He's going to turn some flush draws. So I think we just continue. We like snap call, unless he has diamonds here. Still going to be jamming. If he has a hand like ace-queen with a diamond, he's never folding. If he has ace-jack, he's never folding. I like this avatar. Corn avatar, nice. Let's go. That's also a terrible call, pre-flop. Holy shit. Killing it, guys. Wins 9 buy-ins in less than 1k hands and crushes 100 zoom pool. Oh, you're... Okay, you're talking to me. We've run super pure here, though, Jim. Come on. We've run really well. Can't deny that. At 200 bigs, I think this hand still has a pure 4-bet. I mean, I'm being honest with you guys, what my win rate is. Over, again, for whatever reason, I don't know why my HUD isn't telling me. Like, all the hands I've been playing here. Fuck. Yeah, it's just showing me November for some reason. So I just wanted to share with you my overall stats. I think this hand still, like, bets really high frequency here. We're still going to get called by, like, queens, jacks, tens. He should have aces here for sure still. And now I think we're just in give up mode. Rain's coming back. And now jacks are ahead. I don't think this hand's really too interested in bluffing. We can also get to trap hands like pocket jacks ourselves. Pocket aces mostly going to be trapping, I suppose, here. He's also going to have aces in his range. which I expect him to check back on this turn. Pretty high frequency as well. This is not a thing. I don't see that, like, we're ever ahead of this, but we have to call 12 to win 92. So you gotta be right, like, 1 in 8 times for this to be good, but, yeah. It's not a bet size that gets used on the river. I actually rolled pretty small here, so I'm just gonna call it, even though he 3-bet, like, really small, like, way too small here. It's kind of another reason why I just want to call here, because I also think that we're getting a really good price on a call, so I don't mind just flicking it in. Here, oh my god, 87. I think I'm going to mix a raise. So, going to do this. I'm going to have all 10 nines, probably queens, jacks, pocket 8s, pretty high frequency. Nice. Over here we 3-bet pocket 5s because they're so deep. I don't even know what I bet on the flop, but I think technically we get overbet here on the turn, but I'm just going to pot. And I love snap call here because that means he never has like 10s or jacks. I think he would definitely think about check raising or check calling with those hands. And the heart obviously sucks, but we still have to bet here for value with our hand. Just going to do this, and if we get jammed on, I'm going to be over it. I think it would also make it the size of the hand like ace king of hearts, ace queen of hearts, stuff that blocks a lot of his flushes that we're going to really smash here. Let's see what he had. No, this is a pretty big pot. Wow, he just snapped it with ace jack, no heart. Yeah, so this is a bad call pre, especially this deep. And probably a bad call on the river. He never beats value, so he's only like bluff catching here. Having a heart would be great, because a lot of my value combos are going to be heart related. So maybe if he has like ace jack with heart, I could get behind it, but ace jack no heart, I think probably just has to be a pure fold. So, and this is what I mean, guys, when you play really deep stack, these hands have a lot of reverse implied odds here. Hands that play really well when you get this deep stack are going to be pocket pairs, suited connectors, suited broadways, stuff like that can flop really well and play very aggressively and potentially stack hands like, you know, or put a lot of pressure on one pair kind of hands. Snap call. So this is not the greatest flop here. He's going to have pocket queens, pocket 10s always. Flush draw is going to have a fair amount of equity on a 36. I think this deep, maybe we mix in a little bit more checking than if we're only 100 bigs deep. And I think I want to be betting here a little bit more with kings with the diamond. Again, we want to have a little bit more equity when we bet in this spot. So kings with a diamond are going to bet a little bit more than kings with no diamond. 43, I guess we just check call and reevaluate. I'm also going to trap queens here. I'm going to have some king jack suiteds here. Some pocket 10s. Now what's the worst value hand we have? I guess we probably have to start bluffing with like pocket jacks. Or kings with a diamond if we're going to be bluffing with kings. God, 91. So what is it that we're trying to fold out here? It would have to be an ace, which is probably not happening. I'm also going to river flushes here. Just like a really bad river, obviously. Because once he checks the turn, we essentially have the nuts. But on this river, this is definitely going to drastically change things. He can certainly have like ace jacks, ace 10 suiteds. I'm going to check some flushes here as well. Mainly a hand like king queen of diamonds, and we just have a really easy fold here. Over here, we rolled the 3-bet. Bet big enough on the flop to bet on a 43. God, do we just want to keep pumping money in here? And check here. And on a 66, I think we can probably raise. Which we can also do with hands like pocket kings for protection to put pressure on like his 10x's. King jacks, queen jacks, king queens. He should never have king jack here, so that's pretty nice. Bluffs could be like a hand like 7-8. Could definitely merge bluff here. Maybe a 9-8 suited. My king jack can also do this. Got him. Wow, he snapped it off. Let's go. I'll show you guys this for now. Let's keep this up here. So, yeah, we want a little less than 1,000, so about 10 buy-ins.